Hi guys, Suzie Yule Diadem, living positively regardless. Doesn't matter the point at which you are in life, but we love positivity all the way. I'm so glad and I'm so grateful to God for the new year 2024. Happy New Year, guys. Thank you for being here. I welcome you that this new year we start with new vibes, with new energy. Yes, and here we are. First of all, I want to thank God that He enabled us to go through 2023 and now here we are in 2024. Secondly, I want to thank you, my subscribers. Thank you for keeping it here at Suzie Yule Diadem. I want to welcome the new subscribers. Oh my, I'm overwhelmed. I'm so grateful to God and to you guys. Thank you so much. All of you who have joined from Kagoni, I've seen so many of you telling me I'm from Medhaya Kagoni and here I am. Karibuni sana. I appreciate you that you considered to be here at Suzie Yule Diadem after watching my story at Medhaya Kagoni. Thank you for those who joined after watching from Lingogi. I'm so grateful to you all for considering being here. And it has been a moment. Actually, you guys have really missed you. It has been a moment since the last time I was here. And now I feel like finally I am back. I've come back as Mrs. Moshiri. I know the last video I did, I was single. Oh my goodness. And there are many of you when you were menipiga sana when I was inviting you for my wedding. Because you have said that you guys niliwaambia tukae single. And then kube huku chini I was doing things. I'm super excited being married. I am a wife. I am a mother. I am a grandma. I am a friend. And of course, you guys know that I've been an auntie for the longest time. And I'm happy being all those and carrying all those titles. Now, today, let's talk what we have for today. Because I know also for this one, I need a beating from it because this is a video that I promised a long time ago that I'm going to give this story, that I'm going to talk about it. I've not talked about it really about myself because today the video I want to talk about my journey with infertility. Yes, my journey with infertility. And one of the things I'm excited talking about this is because I'm talking of infertility when I am a mom, when I am a mother. And the reason as to why maybe you would think that I have taken long to shoot this is because I thought first things first. I started by bringing in a gyna who was able to help us understand what infertility is all about. So if you have not watched, kindly go and watch the interview we had with Dr. Wanyoro, one of the best gynas I know in this country, because this gyna, I have real testimony of his work. So it's one man that I respect so much, Dr. Wanyoro Hai, be able to watch this. And so if you've not watched, please go and watch. So we had an interview with him and he was able to help us understand about infertility. And he was able to answer many questions that I would not have been able to answer. So at least even as you fight me for taking too long to giving about my journey with infertility, appreciate the fact that I brought a professional to take you through that. If you've not watched, just go and watch. And that was just the first shoot. I know we'll be having Dr. Wanyoro many times. He will be gracing our studios because my passion is for women. And especially those who are going difficulties in giving, in conceiving, in giving birth, and also those going difficulty times in their marriages. I want to give hope to a lady out there. Also, I want to give hope to men because there are men who really suffer even in marriages, that life can be good with all the challenges that comes with marriage and infertility and all that. Life can be good. My journey with infertility. I've promised you guys that I would really want, even maybe the people that will be interviewing, I would really want to have testimonies of painful stories when people are not crying. Like when someone comes here and tells us a story of maybe how they lost their wife. And they are not crying at that juncture, because the idea here is to show that it is possible to heal from pain and to live and to smile again by God's grace. So I'm glad that today, as I narrate this story, as I share your experience, I am sharing it not from a point where I'm like, oh my God, I tried conceiving, I was not able, I went through this, and now I'm crying about it. No, I want to give it when I'm grateful to God that He healed me from it. And I want to speak to you, a lady, you're out there, a man, you're out there. You have issues and difficulties in conceiving and having a child that you can call your own biologically. And you're wondering, how will I face tomorrow? You're feeling devastated. The situation is making you even have low esteem. You don't know what to do. Let me come with a message of hope and tell you, it is possible to live a happy life, and it is possible to heal from it and live with it. Now, for me, I got married with the hope, like any other young lady, and I had the obvious way we see life is that I get married, then we get children, and we live happily thereafter. So that's the same thing I had. Unfortunately for me, the bit of getting children never came to be. So I waited, I trusted God for the first year. Well, first year was a year of having it fun. Like many of you would say, after the wedding, you don't want to go immediately. Okay, well, there are those who like honeymoon babies, but most people say, I want to first of all relax, tujuane na huyu mtu, to enjoy marriage before we start bringing up kids. So for me, that was the same story. I wanted to enjoy marriage first. So I did the first year. All right. And I thought I was so wise because first of all, I had visited Dr. Wanyoro, my gyna, before even starting my family, and he advised me, girl, this is not the time to do family planning. Go have your children, then after that you can do your family planning and enjoy life. So he was just warning me about the hormonal complications that might come up with taking family planning pills. And I think there is also wisdom of, why are you planning a family that you don't have? Young people, let me challenge you. Let me tell you. When we are young, there are things we don't see. We want to plan a family that we don't have. And it is even more funny when I see school girls who already know how to use family planning, who already know the best family planning, and you are taking them. Which family are you planning? Pills to prevent pregnancy are the ones that we call family planning. So if you're taking pills to prevent a pregnancy, you are planning your life that you don't want to get children at a certain time. So now you're in school and you're already planning a family. It's wrong. It's wrong. For all reasons, it's wrong. So now for me, I decided to plan that family that I didn't have. So the first year we were there, but I adhered to what the doctor told me. So I never took any pills, but what I was doing, I was playing safe with my calendar, and we thought we are experts. So the first year went by and we were happy knowing that tumejua kuhesabu sana. Unfortunately, what we didn't know is that we ought not even to have had all the hassle of trying to calculate the dates and all that, because I would not conceive naturally as it came to be. So now the second year is the year that I decided this is the time I want to get children. Man, I tried the first month, nothing is coming, the second month, the third month, and I started getting worried. What is happening? Why am I not conceiving? Now, this has made me realize, and it's a challenge and it's a testimony. I don't know where you want to place it. It is a testimony to those who already have children. It's a challenge to those who are planning to have children. Children do not just happen because you are lying in bed with a man or with a woman. It's a lie. That's scientist who told us that. But imagine I did that, but I didn't get pregnant. So children are purely a gift from God. Purely a gift from God, because as it would have it, as the scientist would tell us, as my biology teacher would teach me how to get pregnant, I did all that, but I didn't get pregnant. So, of course, I was worried. I wondered what could be happening. So for me, I decided to seek for medical advice, what could be happening. So I went and I visited the doctors. It's not a small journey. It's not an exciting journey. It's not a journey that any person who has gone through it would want any other person to go through it. It comes with so much challenges. One of the challenges that is there, first of all, it's the fear. You're wondering, will I ever get a child? And then now the other thing is like, kama mimi I had done a wedding. When you do a wedding, you call everybody and you're telling them I'm getting married. So the cycle that you have, the people you're interacting with, they already know that you're married. So the next time you meet with them is like, oh wow, so how is marriage life? So kamami kanakuja lini, kababa kanakuja lini, ama kasha kuja, ni sisi hatujui, and all that. Now when you have a wood and someone keeps touching it, it becomes so painful. Now when people start asking you that, now you start feeling the pain, and you now start feeling like you're not a woman enough. Most of the time, I don't know why it looks like it's obvious it's the woman who has a problem. So when a marriage starts experiencing difficulties, and again, if you've not watched my the video with Dr. Wanyoro, please go and understand even men have these problems, and how you can know as a man you have a problem and how you can be assisted. So most of the time what happens is that the woman starts feeling like you're not a woman enough, and the next thing you're feeling is losing your man. Because you're wondering, if I cannot give this man a child, he probably will get another woman who will give him a child. The society, the in-laws, they are wondering, when will you give their son a child? Maybe that's a story I would want us to talk another day, but it is wrong, because I'm wondering, why are they not asking, when will their son give me a child? Why is it the woman who is being asked, when will you give our son a child? And I think when a child comes is for the family, for both of us, the man and the woman. So really, no one is giving the other a child. We are being blessed, both of us, we are being blessed by with a child. So definitely, just as any other woman would have it, I had the fears. I might lose my man because he might get another woman who will be able to, how do I face? And actually, I started even receiving suggestions from those maybe who thought it concerns them most, that they are wondering, what is happening? When are we getting the child? You don't have to take too long. And you're wondering, who told them? First of all, who told them I want a child in life? But then, who again told them I want to take a certain time? Why are they questioning that and advising me I don't have to take too long? So that pain will also call for me, because I don't give my story as a narration to kae chini tu chape udaku. I like giving my stories with a cause and a reason. Now I call to the society. If your son is married, if your daughter is married, the best thing you can do for them, if you feel they need a child from your own way of thinking, and you thinking they need a child, because you might be praying for people who don't even need one. Maybe they have agreed they will never get a child for their own reasons. But if for your own reason you think they need a child, the best you can do for these people is to pray for them, but not to ask them. Don't ask them when are you bringing a child? When is it? Is there anything? Because let me tell you, if someone wants to share out, and this maybe I'll mention that one of the things that we need to help, that would help a woman or a man going through infertility, is when you share out and you talk to people. But until someone amekuja ame open up to you na amekwambia, don't rush to try to help them, to try to advise them, because it hurts most, because you're wondering, so hii kidonda yangu ni kubwa hivi mpaka people they have started noticing. So people wananihurumia. Now you are welcoming this person to a pity party that everybody is noticing there is a problem, mpaka they are coming and they are asking you, how can we help you? What is happening in your marriage and all that. So now back to my journey. I went to the hospitals, I tried, and of course I was diagnosed. Mine, I thank God it was diagnosed, because there are people who did go through hell when you cannot really tell what is happening and you're not conceiving. Now for me, I had blocked fallopian tubes, and fortunate I was told it is one that is blocked, so the other one is somehow, the one was completely blocked, the other one was somehow okay, although not completely open. And so I was advised we can try to open. First of all, going to take a test to establish what is the problem with your fallopian tubes, to check whether they are okay. It's such a painful thing to do. That dye, before it gets to your tubes to try and see if it can pass through, it is so painful. So painful. So the journey of infertility is also accompanied with pain. The real pain, no, not now the pain of hearing what people are saying and all that, but the real pain of your body, where you have to go through some tests which are very painful, like that one, HSG. HSG is a bit painful, and I even thought maybe Mimi, I'm exaggerating it, until I shared out and I realized, oh, it wasn't me, because that thing makes you want not to try again to get a child. You feel the pain. I hear ladies who have given birth saying how painful it is when one is giving birth. I want to believe your pain ni kama ni hiyo, au kama sio more for the HSG. The only good part with HSG pain is that ina disappear haraka, but it is such a painful procedure. So I went through it, and they decided they may want to try and open my fallopian tubes. They tried. I went through a procedure that they call a laparoscopy, and it was in an attempt to open them. Unfortunately, the idea is if they try to open, there are chances it will open and you'll be able to conceive. But on the other hand, if it doesn't open, it will close now completely, because as it tries to heal, the adhesions on the places that the operation or the procedure was taken, now the healing process now makes it to block completely. I think that's what happened to me. We tried opening, unfortunately. Now the painful part is waiting to see whether you have conceived. Oh my God. Me, I want to pray for every woman out there who is trying to conceive, because the waiting is another thing. Now, after the procedure, now nishafanywa hiyo operation and I'm okay, and I'm told to go home and try to get pregnant. No, you try the first month. Oh my God. The worst is when your periods comes. Because internet, me, I love internet. I Googled it and everything. Now that I'm married, my husband brought me meat, pork, to cook. I've never cooked pork. So I was telling him, wacha tuende kwa Google nione how to prepare pork. So I love Mr. Internet because I can Google literally everything. But now, Mr. Google is such a big liar at some times. Every sign you give to Google to check whether you are pregnant, inakuonyeshanga you are pregnant. So now, when you're trying to conceive and you feel, mgongo nimechoka, unakibia pale kuangalia other signs of pregnancy. Una type to what you are feeling. Unazipata zote. Those are early signs of pregnancy. So you get excited. You are listening to your body. There's no person who is intact, who knows the body more than a woman waiting to conceive. You keep track. We can tell everything that is happening. In the morning, ninaenda kuamka nikasikia sijui nimetwist this side. Nilikula food nikasikia sijui ni kama tumbo imeguruma. We keep track of those small things. Na hizo vitu zote ukiangalia kwa Google, they tell you it's me think Google, if you consult Google, you will find even men are pregnant. Because even if you ask Google protruding tummy, itakwambia that is a sign of pregnancy, a growing baby in your tummy. So that's what I used to do. Now you are so excited because of all those signs that are pointing out. And then, hey, that date comes. Now your monthly periods come. That's the time now you feel like you want to end your life. You feel like this is the worst thing I want to see. You even hate them. That time you can be even violent. You just feel it is a very painful time for a woman who is waiting to conceive. So I went through that. And now 6 months elapsed, because I was given 6 months. After trying to open the fallopian tubes, the doctors said that most likely, if it has successfully gone, in 6 months, you'll be able to conceive. So you can imagine the wait of 6 months trying to see. Every month, you're hopeful. Every month. Then you are trying also the same Google. You're trying to get everything that you can eat, the most healthy way you can eat to conceive. The best way of lifestyle, what you want to avoid so that you conceive. Finally, the 6 months came to an end. I didn't conceive. Now, I had to go out and look for more advice, now medical advice. Now what is happening? Here we are not able to conceive. And now the only option I had, there are so many options when you have infertility issues, as the doctors or the gyna would be telling us. And one of it, what I had, which is a bit promising, is IVF. I think IVF is something, I'll come here and I'll share with you my journey with IVF. So I had either an option to do IVF. I also had an option to adopt, because adopting is also another beautiful way of getting children. So I had an option of adopting, or try to get a surrogate mother. Now, getting a surrogate mother is more the same as trying the IVF, because as it would have it, my womb was okay from all the tests that I had gone through. I remember one doctor telling me, your womb can even carry triplets. Your womb is just in perfect condition. So I would either try adopting, or I would either try to get a surrogate mother, or I would either do IVF. So I chose to go for the IVF. When I went for the IVF, again, a very expensive procedure. It's expensive to do IVF in Kenya. And I pray, and I still believe and pray to God that one day these services will be readily available in our hospitals, and at a friendly rate. Although, again, those who have listened to the discussion we had with Dr. Wanyoro, this is what he said. He said IVF, he don't want to call it expensive. He didn't say it is expensive, because he was saying the things that couples do when they want to conceive are more expensive than the IVF, are more expensive than the IVF itself. Because he was saying of how you try to visit so many gynas, each wako na consultation fee, some 5,000, some 2,000, some 1,000. If you're able to save and purpose that, sasa sisi tuko na issue ya conceiving and we want to do IVF, and you agree after 2-3 years is when we want to do our IVF, so we start saving today, because with around 500,000, 600,000 you'll be able to do an IVF. So he was talking of saving that money. But as it would have it, getting the whole money, the 500,000, of course it is expensive. So, but that's the option that I went for, because it's like the other two would have come when now nime give up on everything else. I tried the IVF. Unfortunately, again for me, it didn't work. I never conceived. Now, the hope that now again comes with IVF. Because one, you're told my womb is perfect and everything, and in the laboratory everything has worked perfectly and everything is okay. You have been put under medication. You want to change your lifestyle. You want to live healthy. So you have so much high expectations. Your expectations to conceive are high. Then you wait. Now for the IVF, it's even more crazy, because now you have 14 days. After now the process has been done, and now you are waiting to test whether you are pregnant, whether the embryos have attached successfully in your womb. So you're waiting. So you're given 14 days. These 14 days are bed rest, because we need to discuss about IVF. It's crazy, because you need to give the conducive environment. So you don't want to maybe go to work and maybe uongeshwe kwa barabara, kwa bump, and then whatever you are trying to create in your womb, it's okay. So 14 days you're there, you're waiting to be pregnant. And the worst thing that can happen is to get your periods. It is something that is so, I know those who have gone through IVF, you know what that one means, the feeling that comes with it. So I went through them twice. I tried. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. I remember the last one that I did, and I asked the doctor what could have happened. The doctor told me that's an act of God. Scientifically, they cannot explain. And that's why I said getting a child is purely a blessing from God. So let's even, this idea of unwanted pregnancy and children who are rejected children. That idea is wrong, because until God allows you to conceive, you cannot conceive. So every child, it could be you have sinned to get a child, but the child themselves, that child is a gift, a blessing from God. So we don't have those sorry to use the word bastards and all that, because anyway hakuna mtoto hana baba. It's only that they may not be recognized. So the doctor said, my gyna then told me it's an act of God. So there's nothing now. Kesi za Mungu sijui ziupelekwa wapi. So there's nothing else you can do about that. And that's the time I realized this journey of infertility looks like it's a lifetime thing. There's a man in the Bible, was it Paul, who was praying God that a thorn from his flesh be removed. But what he said is that the grace of God was sufficient, though the thorn was still there. I realized now here, I need that sufficiency. I need that grace to be sufficient in me. Because if now the IVF is not working, where else? There is another very beautiful and sure way of having children and becoming a mom and becoming a dad: adopting. Because adopting in Kenya is not as expensive, and also adopting in Kenya is not as a hassle as one may think. You just need to be fit to be a mom or fit to be a dad. And of course, there maybe that one I will discuss another time, the process and what is required for adopting and all that. So that was one way that was now left for me, a beautiful way of having children. But as most of you, my viewers, I think all of you, my viewers, as you have heard, you know my story. So hata my marriage was not functioning anyway. So hata kuadopt nini sasa. We needed first of all to adopt the ideas of doing a marriage before you adopt a child. So now that one I didn't go to that. But if you're in a happy marriage and the only charity that you have, is conceiving. If the only charity you have in your marriage is conceiving, there is a beautiful way of doing it. You can adopt children if really children is your thing. Because also there are couples who are happy without children and they are okay. But if having children is your thing, you really need one. You have two beautiful options. One of the most beautiful option is waiting on God, because God is faithful. I have had testimonies of people who have waited 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and finally God came. Okay, I have those who I know real testimonies up to 15 years, but I have read on the internet, I don't know how true they are, that there are people who are getting children in their late 60s, and the other I had was an 8-year-old lady who has given birth to triplets. I'm not sure how true it is. But it is very beautiful to wait on God, because God is able to do anything and everything at his own given time. So if you're fighting infertility, however painful it is, you can heal from it and you can trust God and you wait on God. Whichever time he wants to bless you with children, that is one way of dealing it. The other beautiful way and sure way, of course, it is adopting. If you're in a functional marriage and you are able to bring up children, go for it. Adopting. I also know people who have adopted and they are living happily, and the family is complete, because one, marriage is complete with or without children. Doesn't matter how much people want to argue about this. Me, I have seen people happy. There are people who say that it's a lie. You just say it maybe on camera or in public, but truly people are not happy. But I don't know why you would be saying that and you are not going through it. Because there are people who are going through it and they are telling you, believe them when they tell you they are happy. So it is possible to heal and live happily without children. But if you completely have no Children are your thing. You can adapt and you can be happy. Now, the story, my story was supposed to end there, because that is what I said and that is what I felt. That now, one, my marriage has failed, and secondly, all the options I thought were there for me, they are not working. So what I decided is that I'm happy even without children. I'll be a happy auntie because I've been an auntie for the longest. And I'm happy. I'll be happy to be a friend. I'll be happy to be everything else, but not a mom. Someone asked me, are you sure you are happy? Are you sure you are contented? Are you sure you don't have fears and worries? And they told me, I've tried, but I always find myself crying about it. This journey that I talk about today is not a journey that anyone can achieve in a day. Myself, I didn't achieve it in a day. It's a testimony of a long way I have gone. I have cried. I have prayed. I have everything that you are doing there, thinking there is no God, thinking that maybe it's because ulikosana na fulani, so you want to go and repent to them. And especially when it comes to parent, please, if you're a parent, kindly, don't give your children the burden. It's hard enough for one to have an issue in fertility. Now it is even more hard when the parent when you are a parent and you want to act good. That there are things that your child did and you don't want to forgive them, and you want them to feel like they have to do ABCD for you to forgive them. Now, when a person is going through infertility, they try to hold on to anything that can help them. Now, if a parent is there giving demands and saying things, and you're feeling now, the only way as a woman, or maybe, okay, let me not use a woman, as an individual, you want to conceive and you're trying to even make peace with your parent, make peace with everybody for you to conceive. It is a hard thing. But the call and the idea is, you will not achieve the peace I have today within a day. It's a journey. And so if you are at the point of where you're feeling a pity, you're feeling even your esteem, because it even, the stigma comes with it. You know, when you're going through infertility, like when I was going through infertility, there are people, not many anyway, I thank God for me, I was surrounded with love all around. But I had few elements who knew if they want to get at me, like tukikosana na wewe, like you my subscriber, tukikosana na wewe, and you want to get back on me. You knew the thing to hit me with, it's the issue of infertility. Now, so that one now affects you. It brings even your self-esteem down. Sometimes you feel like you want to please everybody and anybody so that they don't tell you that. And it is such a burden for one to carry. It is such a pain for one to carry. And today what you're doing to someone, you're telling them, you want to use that to hit on them. And what I've realized in life, God ni mso sana. He know how to balance the equation. Most of the time you realize in time, most of the time, everybody has an issue that if we want to bring you down, we can use that. If we want to bring you down. It's only that some issues are more outspoken than the others, like the issue of infertility. So when you're trying to get to that person with the most painful thing there is, just know that you also, there is something, if people decided to be cruel, because it's cruelty that would make you, why would you tell someone that infertility, like I remember one person who told me, I know you are enjoying not having children. And they knew I was feeling pain about the whole thing. But now that is being used to hit me. Now that's cruelty. But now life is funny, because even you who is saying that, there is another aspect of your life that if any person decides to become cruel, they can point out to you that thing and you will be feeling the same hurt that is there. Having gone through that journey, I just want to encourage someone out there that though it is painful, if you trust and you believe in God and trust the process that, at the end of the day, I want to be at peace like Suzie Yule Diadem. I want to be happy like so and so. Maybe there are people you can see and they are happy without children. It's a process. Don't imagine that you'll wake up one day and say, si Suzie pia yeye ako na furaha, hata mimi nitakuwa, hata mimi niko sawa. trust the process, because now when you say that, kesho ujipate and now you are crying, utaanza kujichukia, and now that comes the issue of even your self-esteem. It starts going down because you are wondering, how comes the other people who are happy without and me, I'm not able to reach to that level? No, it's a process. You have to go through it, feel the pain, accept it. First of all, accept that enyewe hii kitu si rahisi. Me even today, even as I'm healed, I know hii kitu si rahisi. And when I see someone cry, me I can't ask them, why are you crying? Hata sisi hatuna watoto. Because there's a video I did. If you have not watched my subscriber, go and see some of the very insensitive comments that people make. Like now, Suzie Yule Diadem, I meet someone who is crying because of infertility and I'm asking them, sasa unalia nini? Hata sisi tumekuwa hapo, hata sisi hatuna. Why are you crying? You know, what you're doing to that person, you are crushing them. You're not helping them. I will want to understand the level at which you are. So, my dear viewer, struggle with infertility with pride. When it's time to cry, cry. But don't forget that you're forging on to achieving peace. Don't think of dying. Pray to God that today we cry, tomorrow we laugh. Up until the day you will come and give a testimony and give someone hope. One thing I love about God is that he answers in different ways. We don't have to force God. And you are saying, Mungu, kama 2024 you will not give me a child, then I will know that you don't hear my prayer. Now 2024, by the way, will come to an end and probably will not have given you a child. So now what will you do? After umejua he don't answer your prayer, what will you do? Let's not give God ultimatums. Be open to God and he can answer you, because keep watching. I'll bring people with testimonies. There are people with beautiful testimonies who waited for years and finally God came. So me, I don't say that it's not like because mimi nimeji-accept ati siamini Mungu anaweza tenda. Mungu anaweza. So just be patient and wait on God, and I believe he's able to bless you biologically with children. The other thing is he might not. It's unfortunate for me to say that, because when I asked, one of the questions I asked the guy now is, are there people we can call barren? Like, this person is barren, they cannot conceive. Unfortunately, the answer is yes. I wanted him to tell me no, that you can, medically they can do everything to anybody and everybody get children. Unfortunately, it's true. There are people who are not able to conceive. So it's true, even you may not, until God decides to bless you with a child. So embrace it. Embrace the idea that God might bless you with a child after many years. And if he doesn't bless you with children, he still remains to be God. At the end of the day, I, Suzie Yule Diadem, I will die. One day I will die. And I will go to my maker. Someone who has given birth biologically to 10 children, one day they will die. They'll go to their maker. So at the end of the day, really, the end thing is the same. History, living legacy, the people, your name will go away. I don't know who is the mom to my shosho. That name has never been mentioned. And I believe my shosho was born by a woman. But many years later, Lily, nobody, I am not sure the people know even the grave where it will be. So this thing of dying, you want to kill yourself because you want to leave a legacy, there is no one who will be called after you. And another beautiful way is that you may have children in the way I have children today. I am now a mom. And even if you don't get married, because you could be in a functioning marriage that is not getting children, another beautiful way, you could adopt children and be happy. So at the end of it all, happiness, you will create it yourself. Even when you're going through infertility, you can choose to create happiness either way. Biological children, adopting children, getting married to someone who already have children and they accept you, because for me, I'm happy that I am accepted. All those ways. But at the end of the day, we will all someday, all of us will be out of this world. And it will not matter whose child is this. Because even when, like now, I'm saying I'm a mom, I don't have those children here. It's not like wako hapa tuko na wao. I'm not sure when we are meeting next, wako kazi, mimi niko kazi and all that. So you, even having the children, I mean, it's not like having an ear where every time you really want to touch your ear and feel where it is. I hope this message reaches to someone who is going through pain of infertility, and I hope it brings hopes to you. I hope it sheds some light to you and encourages you that there is hope and there is true healing for every part and every type of pain, which includes infertility. Thank you for now. Again, if you've not subscribed, please subscribe. If you're watching this, please give me those subscriptions. I can see so many views, and I'm wishing the 9,000 views I have are the 9,000 subscribers that I'm having. So if you're there, you've not subscribe, please subscribe, and I promise you now this year we will have it big. This year hakuna kwenda break, nilikuwa nimeenda break kidogo nikaolewa, but I'm back like I never left. So I will be having more of interaction, different topics here. So please share with your friends, and kindly encourage someone who has not subscribed to subscribe to my channel. We all grow together. We encourage each other. I would also want to hear your story. Kindly, if you were able to comment on this video, let me also hear your testimony, the beautiful testimonies. I would also want to work with someone. You already have my contacts now. You can reach out to me. I would be okay to work with you. And even before you contact me, because you don't actually have to, but even before you do it, I'll be praying for you, because it's a prayer item for me. I have praying for people going difficulties in conceiving and having children. So that's a prayer. You can be sure that I'll be praying for you. I hope you're praying for me, so we all grow together. So for now, kwaheri. See you next video. Bye.